Welcome back, football fans. Just another great weekend of football. We're here with Play Action Takes, presented by Apollo Media. It's our NFL staple podcast.
Yes, sir.
I'm here with the boys, Noah and Garrett. How was y'all's weekend of football?
Oh, it was good. Yeah, it was good. You know, a lot of good games. Even the college games, which we won't talk about, those were even pretty good. Some of them. So
yeah,
a lot of great football that we watched.
UT beat Wyoming. That's all I can ask for.
U of H got pummeled again. It's okay. It's okay. First year in the Big 12.
Yeah, Mississippi State didn't even play football. That's what I saw.
Yeah, I saw.
They didn't play. They just took the day off.
Yeah,
they forfeited.
It didn't happen at all. Did not happen at all. But if you need more college football analysis, head to the Get Back Coach.
Mm-hmm.
Jay and Jake, they do a great job. They're traveling all over the place. They're going to Penn State next weekend, I believe, for the whiteout game. So,
well, that's cool, actually. That's pretty badass.
Hit up their podcast, hit the subscribe button, get your college football fix with the Get Back Coach presented by Apollo Media. Boys, Thursday night, let's just go ahead and start from the top of the week. The Eagles versus the Vikings. Primetime Kirk, just living it up.
I mean, Primetime Kirk, didn't really show up. It was just looked like noon Kirk. Primetime Vikings showed up.
I wrote down not Kirk Cousins' fault.
Nope.
For my notes on this one. 4 touchdowns, 300 yards, looked great. He had one fumble, but because his offensive line refused to block for him, which I get it. It's the Eagles.
120 passer rating.
So.
God, I mean, he jumped out the gym. He jumped out of Lincoln Field on Thursday night, dude. He was fucking good.
Yeah, no, Kirk. I'm kind of weird with Kirk. I don't know how I feel about him usually because he's not consistent. He'll be good, and then, like you said, he'll play in prime time. But like I said, prime time Kirk didn't show up. It was a noon game Kirk. He looked good. It's not his fault. Also, Justin Jefferson is just nuts. This is not news. Obviously, we've known this, but it's crazy what he's doing right now. He's shaping up to have one of the best careers a wide receiver will ever have in football.
Yeah,
he already has more receiving yards in his short career than any Bears wide receiver in the history of their franchise.
Yeah, the Bears fans just can't get a break this weekend.
Well, the Bears suck cock. That's fine.
Yeah,
the Bears suck.
That's fine.
I mean, maybe the best receiver is Brandon Marshall. I don't know.
I don't know who the best Bears receiver of all time is.
I've got a question for you guys. What do y'all think about the fumble into the end zone turnover rule?
I hate it.
Love it.
I hate it. We were talking about it. I hate it. I don't know why he loves it. Wild.
I love it.
Why? I don't know why you love it. Why?
The stakes are higher.
Yep.
The fumble should be given to the other team because if you fumble it out of the end zone, what are you going to do? You're going to put it back on the 20 for the offense and they just have a 3rd and 4th and goal from the 20 or something like that?
Well,
they don't deserve it. They fumbled it into the end zone.
Exactly. Here's the deal. There's no way around that rule. That's pretty much the only way it can work. And also, all the other ways that people are saying benefit the team who fumbled out of the end zone. You get another chance. How
about why is it different when, say, Justin Jefferson's running down he's near the 50-yard line, fumbles it out of bounds, it's still a Vikings ball where he fumbled it. Why?
Because then it's going to be very easy for players to use that to their advantage. There's advantages given if that rule is that way, Garrett.
Maybe just call be dead ball
But that's so ridiculous too because they don't get any penalty for fumbling out of the end zone.
They do though. It's
a dead play. You just get to do it again.
Well, no, they push them back. If you just push them back,
because let's say you need a touchdown, right, to win the game. Okay, and you're on the 1, but you're not going to cross the plane. You're going to fumble it out of the end zone on purpose if you're on the 2-yard line just to get another play. That's players will do that all the time.
I mean, well, if it's you can just call a flag on it and be like it was intentional, obviously.
But
you can flag
get
that.
into a whole another thing. The touchback rule is the easiest way to go about it.
I don't think so because I just don't. I mean, any way around it is it's just fucking. It's a fucked up situation if you fumble it out of the end zone. It's just a fucked up situation. It only happens a few times a year, anyways. So
it's a clusterfuck, and there's no way around changing it now. We're already too far in. On that rule, we just keep it, and people are going to be angry about it, or people are going to like it. There's no way around it. There's no middle ground on that situation either.
Yeah, I think it's 50-50. People who hate it, people who like it.
I just don't think there's a way around it in a way, and also it sucks when that happens, no matter what, especially if it's your team. But I just think the touchback is the way to make players making sure it doesn't happen more, really being cautious of it. Any other way around it, there's just too many little loopholes, and so it's the only way to do it, I think.
I've got one more proposition from the Eagles-Vikings game. Great job by the Eagles. They win the game. They win at home. Primetime, short week. Got it. Is Justin Jefferson the new Julio Jones? All the yards, all the receptions, no touchdowns?
Kinda, because he really doesn't fucking score touchdowns.
Who did catch touchdowns this game?
T.J. Hawkinson caught 2.
T.J. Hawkinson had 2.
I'm pretty sure Jordan Addison had 1.
Osborne and Jordan Addison had 1 each. J. Jeff doesn't get any of those.
Well, I mean, I guess maybe closer to the end zone, he just gets doubled more because they're like he dominates.
That's true.
Or he fumbles it out of the end zone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he does that too.
Yeah.
So Eagles start 2-0. Great start to their campaign after runner-ups in the Super Bowl. Let's go to the early kickoffs.
Wait, before we do that, can I call for something?
Whoa.
Can I call for something?
You can call for whatever you want.
I'm calling for Kirk Cousins' trade out of Minnesota as soon as possible.
Where?
He needs to get out of there because
where are you trading him?
Ever since he's got to Minnesota, he's put up fucking crazy numbers. Not crazy numbers, but good numbers, franchise quarterback numbers, and still gets blamed for losses like that. I mean, I guess no one's really blaming him for that loss, but it's been like that the last few years. He'll put up numbers like that, and then like, oh, we let him score 34 points, and we got him sacked 6 times, but we're gonna blame it on him, dude.
Yeah,
we're gonna fucking just put on primetime Kirk.
Primetime Kirk? Where would you, in a perfect world, where do you trade him?
I mean, trade deadline. If the Vikings suck, dude, get him to New York. Get him to New York Jets. I don't know if I'm the Jets. I have a win now roster. I'm like, put picks at him.
I don't think they can do it. He's like $34 million this year.
Yeah,
all
they
guaranteed.
Can't do it.
The Jets can't do it unless they trade Rodgers,
and they're not going to do that.
Might not be a bad idea. I don't know.
Rodgers to the Vikings. Just follow Brett Favre.
It's going to be the exact script. Someone already tweeted it out. They tweeted out that they have a Rodgers 12 Vikings jersey just ready to go. And it was all the pictures of Brett Favre in the jerseys in consecutive order. And then the Aaron Rodgers ones in consecutive order with the Aaron Rodgers 12 Vikings jersey.
It's coming. Just do it right now. Just fucking do it. You know,
might as well.
Aaron Rodgers took a snap in the Jets uniform, so he works for Immaculate Grids now.
He does.
So just
where Kirk needs to go. They're 2-0. Little homecoming in Washington. Go back home. Take over.
Kirk with Eric Bieniemy might be fucking
it would be
killer.
Good.
Oh
be good.
God! And
they're 2-0. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to the early slate. Awesome slate of football this week. I know week 1 was a little bit lackluster in the quality of games. I think the quality may not have necessarily been there, but at least the games were fun. They were very sloppy. A lot of fun games.
Yeah.
A lot of overtime games. We'll start with one. Titans 27, Chargers 24. Fire Brandon Staley.
Yeah,
let me get my camcorder out because the fucking Chargers are under surveillance, dude. Yeah. They are under surveillance. What the fuck, man?
That's insane.
What the fuck? How are you just losing all the time with Justin Herbert? How?
How did you make Ryan Tannehill look good?
I mean,
because in the first half, I was ready to throw Ryan Tannehill just straight into retirement. Get ready to learn Canadian, buddy. How did he throw the ball that deep? How did he run in for a touchdown? No. How did they win the game? Derrick Henry didn't even have 100 yards. I mean, what are we doing?
I think you straight up just put this on the Chargers. The Chargers are the Chargers. The Chargers have been like this for the last 15 years.
Yeah.
They just are like this, talented as hell. Oh, they just can't pull it off in a close game. They can't do it.
Brandon Staley's seat is piping hot right now.
Oh, my God. You just
I can't even believe that. I'm not going to lie. I get why they didn't, obviously, because they made the playoffs. But after that collapse in the playoffs last year against Jacksonville, there should have been some very serious discussions with Staley and just within the organization about moving on, because that's tough. And now the way this year's
the year before, too, with the Raiders, the last game of the season, all they had to do was win and get in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dumpster fire, to say the least. I'm sorry, Chargers fans, if you're still there. I know y'all probably just quit when they left San Diego, but whatever. Chargers fans, if you're out there. Aaron Little, Chargers fan.
Sorry, Aaron. Sorry, Araj and Les, our buddies. Fucking Justin Herbert threw for over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Derrick Henry didn't even rush for 100 yards. They sacked Ryan Tannehill like 5 times. They still lost.
Yeah,
they still lost in overtime. Sad.
So
not bad. Not bad for the Titans, They're still alive, I guess. Sure. Ryan Tannehill, let's see another week.
Of course they are.
It just doesn't make any sense to me at all. And like, I remember I wasn't really paying attention to the game because one, I assumed the Chargers were going to kick their ass, and then two, like at halftime, I was sort of like looking at the other TV. We're at Pluckers, and there was a TV over there, and I saw Ryan Tannehill doing things he shouldn't do, and I was like, oh dear God, the Chargers are washed.
Chargers are washed. Titans are doing their Titans thing where they they look like they're dead. Then Mike Vrabel coaches them up, and then they win a big game. That's what happens.
Yep.
Every year.
Every single year.
AFC North, the first big matchup in that division. Ravens, Bengals. Ravens win the game 27-24. Same score as the one before. Joe Burrow's hurt again. We had Joe Burrow under surveillance last week. Garrett tweeted it out on Sunday, I believe, with cameras. The Bengals, what's wrong? Lamar Jackson, by the way, will take a shot.
I mean, I get it. We were talking about it last episode. They started off 0-2 last year. They always do this sleepwalking thing in September. It feels different now. It feels different to me because Joe is now the highest paid player in the NFL. And you just cannot start 0-2 when you just signed a contract like that.
Yeah.
On your rookie contract, sure, it's fun. We'll be back in the playoffs. It's fine. Fuck it. It's a tougher division now. It's a tougher division. Now that the Ravens just beat you in your own house, tough tickets.
Yeah, starting the year off against two divisional opponents is difficult. Joe is also he had to wake up. He woke up. The second half, he became Joe Burrow again. He threw for 2 touchdowns, 220 yards.
Yeah.
And I think he only had 30 yards in the first quarter.
That's the thing. You just cannot have 30 yards in the first half.
You can't.
Can't do that.
Great. Yeah, you can't do that. But I think he woke up. I think it takes Joe a bit. I'm not worried about the Bengals. I'm still not. I get they're under surveillance a little. I'm not worried about them. But Baltimore is also they just look good. Lamar was dealing. It's just those divisional games are tough, and it sucks that the Bengals have to start 0-2, but they'll be fine. I'm not worried about it.
I think the problem with the Bengals is that their defense isn't as good as it was last year.
Yeah.
Not necessarily their offense. Their offense ended up putting up points. I think they only had 3 points, middle of the third quarter from the offense. They had the punt return touchdown, so that's why they had 10 points. But I think the Bengals offense is going to be just fine. Jamar Chase, you got weapons everywhere. T. Higgins. Yeah. Joe Burrow's going to be fine. Just get his calf healthy. But their defense doesn't look as good. And Lamar Jackson looks every bit worth every penny that the Ravens gave him. And the hardships that he went through last year with them in the contract talks. Yeah. Good for Baltimore keeping him on the bus because now you got him some wide receivers, although Beckham did get hurt.
Yeah.
It's not super serious, but not sure if he's missing any time. And his weapons are already starting to deplete, but Mark Andrews was back. He looked great. The Ravens defense looks way better than I expected.
Yeah, they look – I mean, obviously they gave up some late points to Joe Burrow, but, at first holding him to 30 points at the half, that's just good. That's good defensive play right there, man. That's a great plan. They're prepared.
Yep,
they're very prepared. Also, it means the world that they have on the team itself. It means the world that they have Mark Andrews back because holy shit,
yes.
He just fucking transforms that offense.
Mm-hmm.
He's a stud.
Yeah.
Let's move up north. New York, Buffalo Bills 38, Las Vegas Raiders 10. So the sky is not falling in Buffalo.
No.
Hand up.
Yeah, no, they're okay. The Raiders started off hot. They came out swinging. They scored in the first drive, and I was like, oh shit, maybe the Bills about to be getting videoed by Garrett Harrelson, because this is bad. And then they had turned it around. Obviously, this game was an absolute blowout.
This game, to me, is nothing to see here. It's exactly how I envisioned it going, which is Raiders not good, Bills very good. They beat them at home by a lot.
Yeah,
that's what I thought was going to happen. That's what happened.
Yeah.
The turnover by Jimmy G on their second drive when they were all the way down to their red zone, about to score a second touchdown or 17th point maybe. I don't know. They were about to score more points and go up by another touchdown. Once that happened, the Bills turned it on and it was over. Yeah. It was over after that. Yeah. They marched down the field, scored immediately, and it was over. So good for the Bills. They're not dead. Raiders still bad. So
yep, bad. Not good.
Another overtime game. Being Garrett's Seattle Seahawks beat the Detroit Lions 37-31 overtime. Seattle's still good. Tyler Lockett, never bench him in your fantasy lineups because he's going to catch literally all of the touchdowns when it matters. So Seattle Seahawks, they look good. They picked off Jared Goff for the first time in 400 something passes, right?
Returned it for
the third longest streak in NFL history. So we'll pick 6 to turn the game around there.
Yep. Obviously, before we were about the Seahawks. Week 1, they got embarrassed. Week 2, this is about what I expected from the Seattle Seahawks. Score a lot of points and just make enough players on defense to where they can shift it in their favor. It's exactly what I thought they would be, and Geno fucking pulled it off, dude. So what do you got to say about that?
Yeah,
are they a good team? You said they're not a good team. They just beat one of your favorite teams right now, America's team. Probably they just beat them.
I'm just gonna wait till you're done talking.
Okay, all right.
I was gonna talk.
Just go ahead.
Yeah. I give the Seahawks a lot of credit.
There it is.
They deserve the credit. They came in. Detroit was like America's team. Like everyone was just loving Detroit. They beat the Chiefs week opening night. It was just such a big deal. Everyone's been loving Jared Goff. Which here's the deal: the Lions are still good. Jared's line, 28 for 35, 323 yards, 3 touchdowns, and that pick that we know. Obviously, he doesn't throw picks. He doesn't do that. So it happened and it sucks. I'm bummed because I want the Lions. I like the Lions a lot. But yeah, shout out to the Seahawks. Geno had a good game. We'll see if they keep it up. I'm interested in that. The Lions, I have more faith in the Lions being consistently good throughout the season than the Seahawks. But I think the Seahawks, if they play like this, fuck it.
So do you think Geno is still fluky?
Yes.
After still beating the Lions week 2 of this year?
Yeah, I do.
Being one of the best teams in the NFL.
Yeah, I do.
To you?
I think it's fluky for sure.
You think it's fluky? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think just checking.
Yeah. No, I think it's very fluky. Still, to this day, Geno isn't gonna be this dude forever. It's just not gonna happen.
If you play well, ladies and gentlemen, if you play well for more than a season, it's fluky still.
Yeah.
Well, he played well for a season and one game in week 2.
Played like a top 10 quarterback last year. Beat the Lions.
Okay, but what did he do week 1? But also,
hey man, sometimes you lose. Sometimes you lose.
I get it.
Joe Burrow also lost.
I understand. Also, let's not
in week 2
do the same conversation at all. But also, does not go there. But also, Geno, look, man, I'm happy. I'm happy Geno did what he did, and I hope he does. I hope he does continue that because if he's actually good, it's fun. It's a fun story, but I just don't think it's going to continue. But that's just
it's not a knock on the Lions. I think they're still good. Put up 31 points. You can't ask for much more. You just need your defense to have one more stop. You need to not throw a pick 6. Things happen. It's football.
Yeah,
it's football, baby.
It's football.
Justin Fields. The cameras have been out. I think the cameras are going away because there's no need to even have them out anymore.
I have a warrant out for his arrest. There's a warrant out for his arrest, dude. I'm about to place him under arrest because what the fuck was that, dude? What the fuck are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
It's not good.
This is the guy that was above Trevor Lawrence and shit on the top 100 NFL players.
Oh, dude, I can't believe they also. I saw a tweet. That clip of fucking Donald Trump when he's like, "Wow, this is the first time you're telling me about this." Wow, it's like fucking all off season. The Bears, everyone else, the Bears are bad. Justin Fields is bad. Bears fans, week 2. Wow, this is the first time you're telling me this.
First time I'm hearing this.
Yeah, it's fucking like, what did you think was gonna happen, man? He's bad. I just never understood it.
Me neither.
Classic Ohio State quarterbacks. Am I right, guys?
Dude,
hey, we're gonna get to that, dude. We're gonna get to that.
We are. I've got one more. All right. Congrats to the Bucks. Baker Mayfield 2-0. Bad division. 2 wins already to start the season is huge. Towards the end of that season. So good for the Bucks. Bears fans, if you're still breathing, if you're still alive, if you haven't buried yourself alive at this point, I'm so sorry.
Stoney, you think Baker had a pretty good game?
He's fine.
I mean, his passer rating was good.
Yeah.
He did enough to win the game.
He had that huge pass from Mike Evans that he just ran for 70 yards on his own.
317 yards and a touchdown, 26 for 34.
Yeah, he played
good.
He did just fine. He did exactly what he needed to do to win.
Did you see what Devin White said on Instagram?
That he was sorry that he demanded a trade or whatever?
Yeah, he was like, I regret fucking requesting a trade, dude. I love playing with this team right now.
Damn.
That's what he said. I'm like, shit, dude. Vibes are vibing in Tampa right now. Not
Yeah.
that they're gonna be. Well,
I think
listen, man.
They're not bad.
Listen,
at all.
man. It depending on how the Saints look tonight. And I know the Falcons are 2-0. I don't like their 2-0 though.
Oh, it's a
Fuck,
fake
that's
2-0.
a fake 2-0. If depending on how the Saints play tonight, I might be looking at the Bucs like,
No, they're winning that division.
Fuck,
I'll tell you right now, they're winning that division.
Who in the NFL? Which roster in the NFL has the youngest roster? Can y'all tell me that?
Is it the Texans?
No. Noah?
I don't know.
Youngest roster.
Youngest roster?
Is it
The Cardinals?
I was about to say Cardinals.
It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Wow.
Ooh, really? Interesting.
Their oldest player is like 31.
That's Mike Evans?
I don't remember who it was. I just remember listening to Benjamin Solak from The Ringer, and he's like, yeah, their average roster age is like 24.
Holy dude.
So it's all the old heads left over from Super Bowl
Right.
ring chasing days that are still on the roster, and then everybody's young. So Tampa Bay, they're vibing and they're young.
They are.
Good for them. NFC South could just be wrapped up by week 9.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they just go 9-0 and it's over after that.
Maybe.
Good little era of football Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans are in right now.
Yeah. I mean,
Tom comes in, wins a Super Bowl. It's been a couple good years of that. And then he leaves, and it's like kind of like the sky's falling, all this and that. And then
just boom, 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0.
It's like, oh, and then like they're all having fun.
And
It's like,
Baker's
whoa,
good.
wait, we're not that bad? What the
Yeah.
fuck? Okay, we're having fun too.
I left Mike Evans on my bench in fantasy. That was a great idea.
That's a neck, dude.
Put up 30
Yeah,
points.
dude.
And we go from one gross game to another. Chiefs 17, Jacksonville Jaguars 9. I wrote down yuck.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence missed 4 touchdowns to his receivers that were literally inbounds and decided to put their feet out of bounds. The Chiefs don't look great. Their offense is not in shambles necessarily, but out of sync compared to what you would normally see from a Patrick Mahomes led offense.
Yeah.
But their defense looks really good because they held Jacksonville to 9 points. So
Yeah.
give and take.
Jacksonville, I expected them to start slow this year, but if they're playing like that against teams the big teams that they need to beat, the big dogs, they're frauds to me. They are frauds. And I know it's very early in the season, but you don't score a single touchdown against a team that, you were kind of like, people were like, well, maybe they can beat the Chiefs. Don't score a single touchdown. Yucky, stinky, disgusting PU. Trevor Lawrence, do better.
You know, it's funny, but here's the deal about them. I get it's a good point. But also, they still didn't lose by a fucking lot. Like they only lost by 8 points. It was a 1-score game. And like you said, Trevor missed a lot of open passes for touchdowns. Dude, if he hits 2 of those, they win this game. So is that more to say about obviously the Jags need to make sure that shit's getting done.
Yeah.
But also Kansas City, I'm not going to put them on surveillance because that's crazy, right? But they should have kicked their ass then, if that's the case. And they sure as hell didn't.
They just
Mahomes threw a pick. Like
they need someone in that offense and step up other than Kelsey. That's
Yeah.
exactly what they need. They just need that, and then they'll be rolling.
Yep.
They'll be rolling when that happens.
Yep.
If it happens, who knows?
Yeah, I still have faith in Kansas City just because Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid are at the head of that team. And they went on the road and beat a decent Jaguars team. And the Jaguars defense also really good. 17 points. Holding the Chiefs to 17 points is an accomplishment in its own.
Yeah. No, if like
Trevor Lawrence, you have to score a touchdown, though. Just one.
That Jacksonville offense has to start producing because the defense is doing what they need to do. It's a good defense.
I mean, Trevor being in his 3rd year, and then you already won the division last year. Hope everything. All the expectations are high for you. You need to start making those plays, man. You need to make those plays, or else you're just gonna be one of those Jacksonville quarterbacks. It was like he was good, or one of those quarterbacks was like you're good, but you never got it done. You never did enough to get it done.
I think Trevor's the best quarterback Jacksonville's had in a fucking long time.
Oh no, ever for sure, but still Jacksonville.
Yeah.
You got to have to help transform the franchise and be who you're supposed to be. Not, we didn't score a touchdown this week.
Even Travis Etienne only had 40 yards. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Every time he touched the ball, it was 1 yard gain.
Yeah.
They ran it right up the middle towards Chris Jones every single time instead of doing any outside zone, inside zone. They were just like HP power right up the middle. Do it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was gross. Let's move on to your boys. Houston Texans and Indianapolis Colts. Colts win 31-20.
Yeah, we give up 30.
Anthony Richardson is awesome, but now is concussed. Is the NFL going to do the exact same thing with Anthony Richardson that they did with Tua last year? Doubt it, because the rules only apply to Tua. That's his second concussion in 2 years. Didn't look great. Left the game, but he'd already scored 2 touchdowns, and the game was somehow already over after he scored the second touchdown.
Yeah. As soon as we rolled out with that offensive line, the game was probably over.
Well, yes, and also we'll talk about this more on Off the Gridiron, the Texans podcast. We'll go in full in depth, but I'm so upset about him leaving the game for multiple reasons. Also, you hate to see Anthony Richardson, like you said, get his second concussion in a year. Also, he's fun to watch. He came out and was just killing us the first 2 drives. After that, though, after that second touchdown, every time he came out, the Texans defense had an answer for him. And it looked like, and CJ was kind of driving every time he had the ball. It looked to be going well. But then Anthony goes out. Gardner Minshew comes in, who's an experienced player, played a lot of football, played some good football. Our defense wasn't ready for him, and that's where really all their points came from. Gardner was just out there dealing, and we didn't have any answer for it. So if Anthony stays in that game, I'm not even saying the Texans win, but I think it would have been closer. But I hope AR is okay.
And props to CJ Stroud. 0 offensive line help. Every time he snapped the ball, there was already 2 Colt defenders on him.
Dude.
Immediately.
He looked
good.
But
when he had somewhat of a pocket or was able to scramble outside of the pocket and find 1.1 seconds of time to throw the ball.
Yep.
He looked decent. Not bad.
I think he looked really good. I think he looked better than decent.
Nico Collins, best wide receiver in the AFC. Some people are saying it.
I mean, like Nico has had. We've been saying on Off the Gridiron for a while. Nico has tools. Maybe never a good enough chance to show those tools off. Now he does. Now he has like a real quarterback thrown to him. Yeah. You know, he has a good. Well, we'll see about good, but a better offensive scheme than years prior. So I love Nico Collins right now. I love him. I love Tank Dell right now. Yeah. I love our offense and going forward because CJ is fucking for real, dude. And don't you ever say anything about Ohio State quarterback.
Your tweet
again.
Send me up the wall.
Yeah, because it was 3 plays in, dude.
3 plays in.
3 plays in. He threw one pass. Threw one pass, and you were like, "Don't draft him.
Don't draft Ohio State.
Undraftable."
And then what does he do? 30 for 47, 384 yards.
2 touchdowns. No picks. Still no
touchdowns. No picks. No picks.
I'm gonna roll with the agenda until CJ proves me wrong. He's good right now. So was Justin Fields last year. He had some good games, and everyone's like, "Hey, Ohio State quarterback curse is over," and we're
Get out of here.
So
stop comparing the two.
But if you want more Colts and Texans breakdown from this past week, check out Off the Gridiron, also presented by Apollo Media. These boys will get you dialed up on your Texans content. Moving on to the last game of the morning slate, the noon slate. Falcons 25, Packers 24. What was that?
That was an interesting game.
That was an interesting game. Also, Jordan Love is good. The Packers are good. I don't think the Falcons are good, but what if?
No.
Dude, what? Bijan's good. Bijan could carry them to some fucking wins, dude.
Desmond Ritter's not good enough.
Look at Desmond Ritter stinks, but he's also so good at the same time.
Yeah, I know.
Touchdown run he had.
Like, his numbers.
He threw his first pick of his career, I think, or something like that.
I mean, dude, he does a good job of like. He's opportunistic. You know, if a play is open, he's there. Everything is just right in front of his fucking face. He'll do it, and he'll get the first down, get what he needs, and all that. Can't create anything. You know, can't make amazing throws. He's limited on that. But hey, man, great game manager.
Yeah,
just the most game manager I can think, like possible game manager I can think of right now.
And if Bijan can do what he's been doing, and Drake London keeps it up, Drake London had a good game, 67 yards, 6 receptions for a touchdown. Desmond Ritter's numbers: 19 for 32, 237 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. You hate to see the pick. If they're 2-0, I'm just looking at it now against a Green Bay team that's pretty good. I don't know. This division might not be as bad as we all think it is. It's kind of
maybe not.
It's kind of
maybe
wild.
Not.
They gotta play better teams, all of them. We all have to play better teams.
Green Bay's a pretty good team.
I mean, Green Bay is good, but also like they beat. I don't know.
Jordan Love to 3 touchdowns.
Growing pains for Jordan Love. I don't know. We'll see. He
had a good game.
The Falcons to me they're a nasty 2-0. They're a disgusting PU 2-0.
I don't love the 2-0, but they're not that bad. It's kind of wild.
Also, just wait till they get on the road, dude. Desmond Ridder is gonna get buried. Also, fucking, I call for the release of Kyle Pitts. Send him to a fucking team that throws the ball to him.
Hey, Drake London caught a touchdown though.
Yeah, I want to, dude. Kyle Pitts. I'm a Kyle Pitts believer, and they don't throw the ball to him.
Dude, Jonnu Smith got double the receptions than Kyle Pitts this week.
Yeah, dude. Send Kyle Pitts to Dallas. They'll throw him the ball. Send him to Dallas, dude.
That would be crazy. Actually.
Yeah,
that'd be gross. I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that either.
Yeah, send him to Miami. Moving on to the afternoon slate. Before we get into the afternoon slate, let's give a shout out to Sweet Green. You need a good lunch. You need a good dinner today.
Oh yeah.
Go on and get yourself some Sweet Green. Great bowls, great salads. Use code Apollo HOU5 for $5 off your first online order purchase. The elotes bowl, the hot honey chicken bowl, the kale Caesar salad's also just refreshing. It's still a little hot outside. Go get you a kale Caesar salad.
The kale chicken that they have, so good.
And the Parmesan crisps that you get in the salads,
those are great.
Delicious. It's delicious. So head to your local Sweet Green. Use code Apollo HOU5 for $5 off your first mobile online order.
Yeah.
Shout out Sweet Green. Love you guys.
Shout out Sweet Green.
Afternoon slate. We're gonna start with the Cowboys and Jets. Cowboys defense is incredible. The Jets defense is good, but stayed on the field far too much.
Yeah.
Cowboys win 30-10. Dak looked great. Took 1 sack. Didn't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
They didn't have to do too much on offense. So I think that's why there weren't as many points as there could have been. They kicked a lot of field goals, but I think they played conservative, safe football. Don't turn the ball over. Don't give them a chance, essentially. And they won by 20 points. So you can't really complain if you're a Cowboys fan.
Dak looked efficient. 31 for 38, 255 yards, two tutties.
They've just found this new thing. The Cowboys, honestly, it's been rare since I've been like a football fan that they've been able to do this, where their defense is so good they don't need to explode on offense all the time. Yeah. Always in the Tony Romo days, Tony Romo had to just fucking pull 5 touchdowns out of his ass. Dak Prescott in the last few years since he's been drafted and since 2016, he just has to go off, and Zeke has to go off, and all these guys have to go off. But now they're just like, we have our pieces, but dude, our defense is fucking it's lockdown.
Yeah.
All we have to do is just fucking play efficiently, play mistake-free football, and we will win.
Yeah.
Dude. They're in a great position.
They are.
Micah Parsons is probably the greatest defensive player that we've seen.
Oh, he's a fucking sicko.
In the last decade.
He's a sicko.
Since J.J. Watt's MVP season that he didn't win an MVP, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Micah Parsons might be even better than that, which is terrifying.
Dude, Micah
when
Parsons
he's getting triple teamed.
It was crazy.
He's a sicko, dude.
There's this tweet from Brett Coleman, Brett's great, and it was so funny. It was like, it's hilarious that there's a team with a defense with 10 normal people and one dude who just
a freakishly athletic lunatic. Yeah, you just point in the direction of the enemy.
Yeah, and he just goes. It's true.
He's a sicko.
He's just a psycho, and he just runs through anything.
He said the other day that he loves playing touch football and tackle football on concrete. That he used to do that growing up. Said that. A fucking oppressor of people.
He was saying that because a bunch of NFL players are calling for the NFL to switch to all grass fields across the league, and he was like, "I don't care, I'll play on concrete."
Yeah, which
absolute savage.
Yep. Yeah, sicko,
absolute savage.
Sicko of the week goes to him.
Yeah.
And Zach Wilson, buddy, I no words. And Garrett Wilson's now hurt. Sorry, Noah, but. I'm not sure how long he's going to be out. I haven't seen anything yet this morning. Hopefully it's not terrible and he only misses a week, or if he doesn't miss any time, that'd be awesome. But Zach Wilson, you stink, buddy.
There needs to be something done because the Jets are in fucking trouble. They are in trouble in this division if Zach Wilson isn't either replaced or just magically gets turned into a Cinderella overnight. It's fucking crazy, I'm
pretty sure the Jets play the Patriots next week, so that's not good.
That's not good at all.
No.
I mean,
an angry Patriots team after the 0-2.
And their defense, dude, You saw it. Like we'll talk about it, but the fucking Patriots defense looks good. They look good, man. Yeah. So Zach Wilson, buddy, get ready because like you might be benched by a week. Well, their bye week, whatever it is, dude.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're gonna do.
I had high hopes for Zach. Watching yesterday's game was awful. He was so bad. Isn't looking good, and I'm not gonna defend him. I am interested to see what he does when he's not playing what is probably the best team in football right now. Like, especially no doubt the best defense in football. So, still, he doesn't look good. He's probably not going to be good, but the Patriots also is going to be a hard game.
What games do they have after this? Because I feel like the Jets play nothing but good teams.
I think their first 6 or 8 weeks of the season are just
they got the Chiefs week 4.
Yeah, next week they get the Patriots, and they have the Chiefs, and they have the Broncos, which we'll talk about
in Denver.
We'll talk about them. Then the Eagles, and then the Giants, and then the Chargers, and the Raiders, and the Bills. Yeah, they got a tough schedule, dude.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, not great. Yeah, not great. Weird game that happened in the desert. Giants 31, Cardinals 28. Cardinals went up 20-0 in the first half, and through 6 quarters of the season, the New York Football Giants had scored exactly 0 points and had given up exactly 60 points. Not something you want to see, but Daniel Jones is him, it turns out. In the second half, him and Saquon Barkley, high ankle sprain probably, not great.
Not great at all.
But they came back and won the game against the team they should have. Did the tank commander come in down from the suites and say, hey, we want Caleb Williams or literally anybody else in the building next year. Let's lose this game.
Yeah. No, that's probably – there was probably a call made like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
I mean, when they were down 20, I was fully ready to do an internal investigation on the New York Football Giants. Be like, what the fuck happened? You were so under surveillance. It's crazy. But they turned it on in the second half. They still, to me, are the worst team in that division in the NFC East right now. So that doesn't bode well for them going forward, but they won a game that they should have won. So fucking spider clap.
Congrats, I guess.
Spider clap.
I think the Commanders are better than them. I think
they just don't look. The Giants don't look good right now. They've looked good for exactly one half of football.
Yeah.
Exactly one half of football.
Yep.
Moving out west, 49ers 30, Los Angeles Rams 23. The NFC West rules outside of the Arizona Cardinals. 49ers, they look good, but the Rams were hanging with them through 3 quarters, just into the fourth quarter, probably 11 or 9 minutes left. I can't remember, but Matt Stafford throws the pick, and it was pretty much over after that.
Yeah.
At home, never want to lose at home, and you never want to lose to a coaching rival, Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay. But the Niners are good, but so are the Rams. 30-23, and the field goal as time expired to cover the spread was absolutely elite.
Yeah, that was epic, legendary, because I know people were betting on that, like, fuck yeah, and they lost that. 7.5 going to 7, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough tickets, but I don't care. I didn't bet on it.
Shout out to the Rams, though. I mean, the Rams are kind of proving a lot of people wrong. A lot of people had them getting shit on all year. Puka Nacua.
Yeah, where did this guy come from, man?
What is going on?
How did they just pull this fucking guy out of thin air and create a guy?
Funny name.
I mean, he's got an interesting name. He looks interesting with like long hair, and he's on pace for over 2,000 yards right now.
Fucking 15 receptions.
I like him. What's his name? Puka Nacua.
I
like Puka Nacua. Too.
I mean, you can't not. He has 100.
You line it up next to Cooper Kupp, and that's the best receiving duo in the league.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's an NFL record. Like, no one's ever done this in NFL history. 10 catches, 100 yards to open your career in the first 2 games.
Yeah, no, it's
pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty
good, dude. I like it. I like them.
Yeah.
So Rams aren't bad. 49ers still good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Moving on to the weird game where I think the surveillance cameras are out. Commanders 35, Broncos 33. I wrote down your days are numbered, Russ.
Oh my God. My God. Because holy shit. Can you do anything right, Denver? They even had that crazy fucking stupid Hail Mary at the end. It was like, and then, just a terrible 2-point conversion attempt afterwards. Just fucking disgusting, awful. Looks like they just were like, all right, that was enough excitement for one day. Fucking end the game, dude. Yeah. They just didn't try on it, looked like. It was stupid. It was just Denver. Fucking all the cameras are pointed at you right now, guys. Russ, you're under surveillance, buddy.
Yeah, I've been getting called a madman for thinking the Commanders could be anything more than garbage this year. I thought they had a good team, and they do. I've been saying it. Sam Howell, I've been supporting him. I've been saying I think he can be pretty good. He was 27 for 39 yesterday with 299 yards and 2 touchdowns. Terry McLaurin caught one. Brian Robinson had 2 touchdowns. That's a good football team. It's a good football team there.
I think they're solid, but they're just still not there yet. If they play a good team, they will lose, I think. They play Dallas, they'll lose.
Well, their defense is good.
Their defense is good.
Really good.
Chase Young also had a great day.
Also, it's not fair to say that if they play Dallas, they're going to lose. Yeah, Dallas is probably beating 99% of teams in the league right
now. Yeah, the Commanders' defense is really good. Emmanuel Forbes, they got a lockdown corner now, rookie from Mississippi State. Yep. Shout out Emmanuel Forbes. Got his first pick yesterday. Nice. Montez Sweat, another Mississippi State Bulldog on the team. So obviously, if you have Mississippi State Bulldogs on their defense, you're going to be pretty good.
Chase Young played yesterday.
Yeah, he had 1.5 sacks, man. Yeah. Like their defense does look good, and also Sam Howell impressing me because you know what's funny? Before the season started, I totally forgot they fucking hired Eric Bieniemy. Yeah. I totally forgot that. And just like I see him like on the sideline of the first game, like wearing Commander shit. And I'm like, oh shit, I forgot they fucking have one of the best offensive coordinators of all time. Yep. Just sitting there.
And I think Bieniemy is getting used to not having Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback where he can just freestyle and be like, okay, I got it. Let me just do it. Now he has Sam Howell as his quarterback. So he's adjusting to that with the same kind of offense that he brought from Kansas City. So a little mixture of that, but they put up 35 points, right? So it's like, not a bad showing against a good Broncos defense too.
It was also a comeback too, so it was like it was under urgency, you know.
Were they 21-3 at one point?
Yeah, and I was like, all right, well, I guess Denver's doing the thing. Commanders are bad, you know, not very good, and then they just completely flipped the script in the same game. You know, now it's like, oh, Denver's bad. Now Commanders look good. It's kind of crazy. Also, real quick, now I'm thinking about it. Eric Bieniemy's not in Kansas City anymore. He's in Washington. Washington looks solid. Kansas City offense, not very good.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Let the narratives get fired off right now, dude.
I'm not going to lie. If Washington keeps stringing together some wins, when Ron Rivera goes out, Bieniemy might just get that promotion to head coach. I could see that being a way that they because Ron Rivera is not going to be coaching much longer, I don't think.
We'll see.
Should be gone by the end of the season. Yeah. So, yeah, he's definitely going to be in consideration. I think he's been in consideration for a number of teams over the recent years.
Texans interviewed
continue to stay. So, yeah, good for Eric. Moving on to Sunday night. We were waiting all day for Sunday night.
I was waiting all day for Sunday night.
As a fan of a team that is playing in a primetime game, the days that happens is like the worst time of all. It's just the worst.
Yeah.
You're sitting there. Well, you get to watch all the football, but you're like anxious for your football game that doesn't start for another 8 hours.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I guess
not very fun. You know, Dolphins 24, Patriots 17 in Foxborough. Primetime game. Great job by the Patriots defense.
Yep. Patriots defense is
playing three safeties, three high safeties, loading the box at the same time, playing man coverage, playing zone, just switching it up on Tua and the Dolphins offense. Mac Jones, we need to get you like one wide receiver that can do kind of anything.
Dude. Fucking A. They have no offensive firepower. I mean, Hunter Henry was their guy last night. And if Hunter Henry is your main guy on a night against the Dolphins, like the best team, maybe the best team in the AFC right now, like they need to get some talent in there, dude. Mm-hmm. You need to get some talent in there.
Yep. There's a reason Devontae Parker is not on the Miami Dolphins anymore, and it was exactly what we saw last night when Mac Jones is like, I'm going to throw it in the end zone. Oh, wait. That's Xavier Howard, not Devontae Parker.
Right. Yeah.
It was a rough showing from their offense. It was closer than it needed to be. The Dolphins had a blocked kick, which was the coolest thing ever. The guy just sprinting from the sideline and blocking the kick.
The Bill Belichick did it again. He did something that we've never seen ever in our lives in 2023. That fucking sprint down the sideline and then cut it and then just block it. Yeah. That was nuts. After that, dude, it was funny. After that, the Dolphins you could tell it affected their special teams. It shook them, dude. Because he would just keep doing that, and they were fucking scared of it happening again.
The special teams is a dumpster fire, and I can't believe we still haven't fixed it after last year. But the Dolphins, they squeak out the win. Jalen Waddle went into concussion protocol, I think, last night after a hit to the back of the head from a safety. Tyreek Hill only had like 40 yards, but he had a touchdown.
Yeah.
Tua looked great. He was just picking apart. He was taking what the defense was giving him. If he had the guy in the flat, he was going to take the guy in the flat. He had a tight end open instead of Tyreek or Waddle or literally anyone else. He was just going to throw it to them. Yeah. So Tua, 5-0 against the Patriots. Some are saying the greatest of all time against Bill Belichick.
Great. Bill Belichick's greatest foe so far. It's not Eli Manning. Also, beautiful uniform matchup last night. It was fucking beautiful.
I was so sad that the Dolphins didn't wear their all-white throwback jerseys with it.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I think they're wearing them against the Patriots in October.
Yeah.
And then they're wearing the green throwbacks or the aqua throwbacks against the Cowboys on Christmas Eve. So they missed the all-time great uniform matchup there, but it was still pretty solid. The red from the Patriots and then the aqua from the Dolphins, it looked good on the field.
Yeah, popped.
Shout out Mike Gesicki, throwing it to his offensive lineman and Cole Strange at the end of the game to make it kind of interesting.
Yeah, that was fucking nuts.
That was very funny. Very funny.
Also, do we think the fucking Patriots got robbed on that? Do we think that was a first down?
No.
Because I don't know, it's pretty close.
Of course you don't.
But go look at the still frame. Like his shoulder's like not even with the hash mark yet, and the ball's behind his shoulder. You just got to go find the still frame. I'll find it and send it to y'all.
But right, please do because I wanted it to be a first down so bad.
It happened to Mississippi State 2 weeks ago against Arizona. Their quarterback scrambled and almost got the first down on like 4th and 15 in overtime, and his shoulder just like barely went down right before the first down marker on 4th down, and it was just like deja vu, and my football senses were not okay at the time. But a win is a win, and the Dolphins go 2-0 on 2 road games against the Chargers and the Patriots, which is not easy.
Yep.
It's literally best case scenario. You couldn't wish for anything better if you're a Dolphins fan.
Pretty impressive showing from the Dolphins.
I just want to throw this out there. The Patriots do not deserve to be 0-2. They're a good team. It just sucks that they've been dealt some pretty hard hands so far this season. I wish I could take that Falcons 2-0 and give it to the Patriots, and then give the Falcons the 0-2 because that just feels more deserving.
It's just kind of wild that they rolled out with this offense thinking that it'd be fine. Their defense is world class. I think Christian Gonzalez, fucking holy shit, he's great.
Yeah.
Matthew Judon, great defense, great coaching. They just rolled out with like Pop Douglas, Hunter Henry, Devontae Parker, Juju, who's almost done. Like they rolled out with all these guys. They're like, we're going to be fine. This is fine enough to compete.
Yeah.
It's not. Mm-mm. It's not. There's not enough talent.
You could say that the Patriots deserve the 2-0, but they don't. A pick six last week against the Eagles, that loses the game. You can't throw a pick six. Automatically loses the game for you there. Then you can't throw an interception in the red zone. You can't fumble in the red zone. Like 2 huge turnovers. And football comes down to 1 or 2 plays, like games do. And they've made 3 mistakes in 2 games that have cost them both of their games. So you could argue that they played well enough to win the game, but they made 3 mistakes that you absolutely cannot make in a football game.
True. It just sucks because I don't care. I don't care about the Patriots, but if I was a Patriots fan, I'd be like watching this team there's a lot of talent. Obviously, you wish Mac Jones had more weapons, but still, even that, Mac is still playing fine without them. But the thing is they have to open up against arguably. I don't think this is the case, but some people would argue that the Eagles are the best team in the NFC, at least the top 3 team in the NFC. And then they had to open up against, if not the best, the top 3 team in the AFC, week after week. That's a bummer. That's obviously
1-score games each game.
What's up?
1-score, both are 1-score games.
I know, and so that says a lot about the Patriots, and it says a lot about what they can do. It's just they've been dealt some pretty bad hands. I've said that twice today, but it's true. I'm excited to see what they do against teams that aren't the best teams in their conference. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be interesting, and I like the Patriots. I like them.
I can't believe you're feeling bad for a team that's won 6 Super Bowls.
I don't feel bad, but they have been. It's been a few years. Tom left like 4 years ago.
I don't fucking feel bad for them, but I do wish they were more. I wish they at least got one of those wins.
Yeah,
I want them to. I want it to be competitive.
I wish they would have beat the Eagles because I don't really fuck with the Eagles anyway. I like the Dolphins and I support them because of my good friend Stoney here, but I wish they would have beat at least one of these teams because they deserve a 1-1 record. They really do.
I don't even have anything more to say about it.
Fuck it, we beat them.
Quickly before we go here, Monday night games. Saints at Panthers starting at 6:15 tonight. Yes. As you're listening to this pregame, probably.
Yeah.
Gross game. And why didn't we start this at 5:15? Saints should just kill the Panthers, but I don't know. The NFC South is surprising because the Falcons are 2-0 and the Bucs are 2-0. So who knows what could happen? Maybe the Panthers upset tonight. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm interested to see what Bryce does.
Yeah, I'm interested to see Bryce starting off at home on Monday Night Football, big stage, prime time. I mean, he's been on prime time a lot before, so that's not going to affect him. But playing against the Saints defense, who are solid unit, it's going to be interesting. And also, it's going to be interesting to see what the Saints can do because they are disgusting. They're yucky against the Titans. So
I'm way more pumped about the Steelers-Browns game. I think we're actually due for a good game here. I think that's
Browns at Steelers, 7:15.
Yep.
It's going to be 13-10. It's going to be a defensive slugfest. Yeah. It's going to be gross. It's going to be fun. Yeah. A lot of sacks, turnovers everywhere, punts. It's going to be Big Ten football on Monday night. It's going to be awesome.
I like it. I want madness, dude. I want chaos.
Me too.
Myles Garrett dribbling on top of the center is going to be electric. I want to see it again.
Yeah. I need Najee Harris to have like a big game, by the way. So just put that good energy out there.
Putting that out there.
Yeah, putting that good energy out there.
I need David Njoku to put up 40 points. If he can do that, that'd be nice.
I think I'm going 0-3 in fantasy this week. There's no point in me even trying to get anyone to play good for me tonight. So
yeah, I'm going to be 1-1 in both leagues.
But that's okay because my Miami Dolphins are 2-0.
That is, congrats on that my Houston Texans are 0-2, but I'm still happy.
Yeah, I still have a good time.
I'm still happy with that.
Progress. Like I said before the season, enjoy the ride, Texans fans.
Yeah, exactly.
There might be something good there.
Definitely.
I'll be in Miami next week. So when we're recording our recap next week, Monday morning, I will be in Miami.
Miami.
Who does Miami play next week?
Oh, Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos.
Oh, that's going to be a shit show.
Oh, wow, dude.
It's a 1:00 game. It's going to be hot. Denver's coming down to South Beach. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to be back in Hard Rock. So excited.
Yeah, that's going to be a blast.
Sounds awesome.
It's going to be great. But football fans, it's another week in the books. 2 out of 17 weeks. Getting a little depressed already. 2 have already flown by,
I don't know. It's gone by fast.
2 have already flown by. But it was a great week of football. A lot of close games, overtime games, chaos, upsets. Chargers, just go ahead and fire Brent Staley. Just go ahead and get rid of him. Just get Staley out of here.
Fuck it, dude. You need better right now because y'all are not gonna win fucking games if y'all are playing like that, dude. Yeah. Y'all need help.
Yep.
But we will see you again Thursday morning with Week 3 preview. So, football fans, go ahead and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the things at ApolloHOU. Use code ApolloHOU5 for $5 off your first mobile order with Sweetgreen. And hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. Mm-hmm. YouTube's great. Yeah. You can watch us argue about the Jets. Oh, wait, we don't do that anymore. We can argue about the Patriots.
We're not going to do that much more.
Yeah, it's just, it's gone.
It sucks so bad. It was like, it was going to be more.
The hype train got derailed. It's now just being left in a creek somewhere, not even getting cleaned up or anything.
I think derailed is there was like a terrorist attack on the train and it blew up and then it's worldwide news, headlines everywhere. It's bad. It's like.
Do you agree? Do you feel like it's that?
Yeah, it's like pray for New York. # pray for New York. Like shit, it's getting tough, dude. It's bad.
I've never felt bad for the Jets in my life, and I kind of feel bad for the Jets.
He's like, I don't care.
You know what?
Good fuck.
You know what? It says a lot about you. It says a lot about
I just said that I feel bad for the Jets. Like this is the first time in my life that I've actually kind of felt bad for them.
No, I know. It's you're a caring person. You have it.
I am.
Yeah.
Just caring, loving. It's so caring and loving that you should hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Football fans, it's been another great week. We'll catch you soon.
See you
later.
Watch football.
Watch it.
There it is.